you and me for Vinyl Update. All of you out there. It's been about that time, and haven't been doing a lot of vinyl updates. If you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing all kinds of other videos of places I've been, things I've been doing. Um, when I look back and scroll through how many videos there are that's not vinyl related, I sort of wish I had my own, sort of wish I had another channel just for those. Um, but, you know, they're already on this channel, so I'll probably continue to do it that way. I might make another channel at some point, but, you know, whatever. So this is a vinyl update, and starting off, I already have this record, but it was at Goodwill, and the other copy of this record that I have, I bought in, uh, I bought in, I want to say Florida, when I was in Florida like years ago. It was at a little thrift store, and they had a little bunch of records there. And I remember sitting on the floor and climbing back, sort of. There was a stack of records sort of at the side of the shelf where the records were. And I found this record, not this copy, but this record. And I was ecstatic to find it because I didn't have any of their music aside from, I think, one song. Um, so I found it again at Goodwill, and this one is actually in better shape than the one that I bought in Florida. It's a Gallery, Nice to Be With You, which is the single that they're probably most known for. It also has I Believe in Music, which was another big single of theirs. Um, and Nice to Be With You is a song that I had on 45 when I was a kid, and played the crap out of it, and it's on Buddha Records. Pleasure from the Buddha Group, and well, it's not on Buddha Records. That's a Buddha sleeve. It's on Sussex Records. I knew that, but it's cool that it had a Buddha sleeve. And I know that records have a certain smell to them, whether it be new records or old records. And I haven't noticed since I've lived here, but my old record room at, well, not necessarily my last place, but a couple apartments back, my old record room, I guess it was so small and there were so many records in there, it really smelled like records. I mean, as soon as you walked in, you could smell the records. So, and then random, thoughts come to my head, and I just blurt them out. That's what I do. Robert D. Cormier, folk singers. This is a Command record. I have got online recently and tried to figure out how many Command releases there was, and in addition to Project 3 and the ABC records as far as the Enoch Light stuff. I didn't actually come up with a number, but there's a bunch because I keep finding them. This one is Lay a Little Lovin' on Me, Robin McNamara. I thought that's what that said. And this was originally at Kmart, 2 for $1. I think that's hilarious. Robin McNamara is the guy that was in the original Hair. I don't know if it was the movie or the Broadway play. This was his first album. The Broadway showcast of Hair. Robin starred in Hair for this year and a half that it taken to get this all together. And it says, "As we said, dig it." So, yeah, I'm going to dig it. I really like that movie Hair. I think it's a good movie. And this is on Steed Records, sort of unusual label. You don't see a lot. And this one, Great record. I might already have a copy of this somewhere, but you never see it, so I went ahead and picked it up. The Three Sons, Fever and Smoke. Um, a lot of the Three Sons records are, I mean, I love their stuff, and I've been picking up, through the years, picking up quite a bit of their stuff. This has a theme from The Summer Place on here, A Summer Place, which I love that song by Percy Faith. But the later Three Sons records are usually the best ones. This is a cool one. Connie Abner, Heaven is My Destiny, and I just bought it for the cover, of course. Got this at a St. Francis thrift store. This was recorded in Hamilton, Ohio at Melody Sound Studio. And that's probably her little girls on the back, or that could be maybe her at a younger age. It's probably her little girls. And this one was 99 cents, which is sort of odd because their records are generally $1.99. So I guess they thought it wasn't worth $1.99. But this one I also got at that thrift store. The Believers Don't Go to Heaven Alone. Okay. Take Somebody With You, it says there at the bottom. And let's see here. It's on Truth Records. And it's, I just, they have a lot of, and basically every thrift store you go to has a lot of gospel records. And, I just, if you've watched my channel, you see that I always grab a bunch of those. And here's my Goodwill receipt. There's no refunds on media at Goodwills anymore. I guess there used to be at one time, and they've, I don't know, about a year ago, they don't give you refunds anymore. Which is a good thing, I suppose. I mean, could be good or bad. I mean, if you don't check your records or your DVDs or whatever, and, they could be the wrong ones or totally scratched. I mean, I learned my lesson. Even though once in a blue moon, I'll still make the mistake of thinking it's the right record when it isn't. The Command Performance, this awesome cover there. I mean, they're very happy. This guy here is probably the reason I bought it, but I just like the layout of the album. And this is not a gospel record like it would seem by the cover. On this one, they do Listen to the Music, which is a I want to say a Doobie Brothers song. Loner's March, Shadow of Your Smile, and Bonnie and Clyde. That's all side one. And then side two is a 17-minute Three Dog Night medley. So, that ought to be good. This is this was recorded at Jewel Recording Studio in Cincinnati, Ohio. A lot of these local records are like my favorite ones because one, they're like very limited, I'm sure, and it's got that local sort of not FYE, that's a that's a music place. DIY, I'll get it right in a minute. I should never try to make videos on Friday. This is Friday, and I think the last couple, or maybe the two previous before that, vinyl updates I did was on a Friday, and I was like, my brain is gone by then, if I ever had one. This is the Polynesian Cultural Center of Lake Aho, Aiahu, Hawaii, presents highlights from Festival Polynesia. I know I've destroyed that. And, I got it because it looks really, really interesting. And there's the gatefold. And says highlights from the spectacular programs of the Polynesian Cultural Center, performed by Samoans, Fijians, Tahitians, Tongans, Maoris, and Hawaiians at the center. And then there's the label. Can't even see what that says. It's sort of wrinkled up there. Polynesian Cultural Center. I guess they have their own record label. So yeah, that ought to be interesting to check out. And I'm assuming it's live by the way it looks. Looks like a live album. And then this one is a Disney record. I don't pick up Disney records a lot, mainly because the ones that I have is good enough. But occasionally I'll run across one that I like. This one I'm not sure how I ended up with it because it doesn't have a price on it, which is odd. It says property of WHIO Music Library. So I must have bought it at a thrift store, even though it doesn't have a sticker. It's on Columbia, white label. I didn't show the cover today. Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom is what it is. And on the back here it has When You Wish Upon a Star, Hi Ho, Whistle While You Work, the Dwarfs Yodel Song, the Unbirthday Song, Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, Hi Diddle Dee Dee. Easy for me to say. And there's a few other records that they offer there. So, yeah, I don't know. Someone had taped this one up. But there it is. And then the last one in this final update is Tammy Faye Bakker, The Lord Is on My Side. I always pick up Tammy's records when I see them, just for the sheer novelty of it. If you've ever seen the documentary, the Eyes of Tammy Faye, this is also on PTL Records. The Eyes of Tammy Faye documentary is basically about her life with Jim and what they did with the PTL Club, and then later Heritage USA, I guess it was, amusement park. If you get a chance to see that documentary, I mean, if you are interested at all and haven't seen it, you really ought to see it. I mean, it's super interesting. And it, you know, it's got a lot of emotion in it. It's a fairly serious documentary, but it also has sort of a tongue-in-cheek type. You know, it has originally Jim and Tammy did, or Tammy rather, did some. She started out doing puppets and stuff, and there's some records of that. So in between the segments of the documentary, there's like little puppets that, you know, set up the next scene. So it's really interesting, and she talks about all the stuff that happened with PTL Club and losing it, and you know the scandal with Jim Bakker and all that. So, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, check it out. So that's all I have in this vinyl update. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and commenting, and everything you have done and continue to do. Blah blah blah. What do you think about that? And I sincerely mean that, though. I mean, I'm not trivializing it. So, thanks for watching, like I said, and keep watching. I'll keep posting. See you in the next vinyl update. Ta.